Hi everyone and welcome for this new video on my YouTube channel. Today I've decided to focus on one book series, or more like graphic novel series, that I really adore and think everybody should read, and it's The Tea Dragon Society, and I wanted to share with you 5 good reasons to read it. First off, I just wanted to mention that I read this the first book in January after seeing it around for month and being super curious about tea dragons. So finally my friend Kelsey, she gifted to me the first book for Christmas and I was so happy. I loved it so much. And then later on for my birthday, so a month ago, I read the sequel, which is kind of the sequel. Maybe more of a prequel actually. Well, it's in the same universe and it's the Tea Dragon Festival. And I loved it too. And finally, 1 or 2 weeks ago, I was accepted on NetGalley to read the upcoming book in the series. That's the Tea Dragon Tapestry, coming out end of September. And that's more like a real sequel to the first one actually. And after reading these 3 books and loving them so much, I wanted to make something special about them, I would say, and encourage more people to discover them because I think they're really, really great. So we're gonna start with the first reason you should read this book, and it's the pretty obvious one. They are tea dragons. And tea dragons are the cutest creatures that you can find. Seriously. They are this tiny little dragon, like kind of a cat-sized dragon, and they are all like fluffy, kind of, and they grow tea leaves on their back or their head that you can trim with respect and in certain time, not like you don't use your dragon. So they are really like growing tea out of their back and everything, and then you can drink it, and the dragon through the leaves is sharing with you all of the memories of your life with them, because they are like your companion for all of your life. They are very affectionate and they grow very attached to their owner. So it's really like all of this ritual around the tea dragons and like very strong relationship you're gonna build with them. It's really cute, but there's also like a lot of respect of tea dragons, and they are like really special animals even in this universe, and they are rare and really like taken care of. I'm gonna show you what they look like a tiny bit. So you can see the Earl Grey dragon here. Here you have the hibiscus tea dragon, and that's really cool also. That's at the end of the book. You have description of each tea dragon with like their personality, their size, their characteristics, and I think it's really super cute. I love the jasmine dragon. I'm gonna like read a little something for you just to give you an example. Like for the jasmine dragon, you have care nuts. Toenails grow very fast and require frequent trimming. Then they explain a bit like the characteristic of the dragon, like they have a great deal of poise and elegance and are probably the most self-conscious out of all the dragons. You have the chamomile dragon that really loves to sleep. So they really each have their personality and they're really well developed. And I dare you to read this book and not want your own tea dragon at the end. I dare you. Second reason is the art, the illustration, because it's really stunning. I think I'm gonna use this one to show you some I especially love. So nature has a very important place in this series. So you're gonna always see a lot of greens and flowers and mountains. Like, it's really lovely. Oh, look at this. Look at this. It's stunning, and it just brings such a sentiment of peace just looking at them. There are a lot of parts where there's no text and it's just the images, and I really like how simple and yet powerful it can be. I'm looking for some specific ones. Yeah. So this here, I shared them on Instagram already, but it shows you that this is not just about action and something happening. It's really like a book that allows you to relax and to look at pretty things, and like a hygge. Is it the right way to pronounce this word? I'm not sure, but it has a very important hygge feeling, like to enjoy the little things of life. And I love all of the colors and everything. I think it's really beautiful. No matter what the story is, just on an aesthetic aspect, it's really gorgeous. Then the third reason, and one of the most important one for me, is the diversity that we have in these graphic novels. No, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not on Voice, but the author, Cathy O'Neill, she seems to me, I'm not the best person to judge probably, but it seems important for her to show diversity in her books. For example, as you can see, one of the main characters, Black here. We have a character who is in a wheelchair. If I can show you here. Okay, we have a character who is in a wheelchair. In this one, we have a character that is hard of hearing, so all the village learn sign language, and the author take the time to explain that to us and to show us how it's going to be represented in the book. So there's a lot, like you can see that it's important for her to have some diversity, but it doesn't feel forced either, you know, which I always really appreciate. There's also diversity in terms of romantic interest. I think I could say it like that. Like we have two of the main characters who are male and who are together. So these are two of the main characters that are gay. In this one we have a non-binary character also, who is Rin here. There, so you have this little introduction to the characters also. So these two, Eric and Ezekiel, are the ones we find here again, but in this one it's in the past, so they are younger, and Eric is not yet in a wheelchair. So yeah, we have a lot of diversity in these graphic novels, and I think that's so great, and that's always something I look for in my graphic novels. The fourth reason why I love these graphic novels is the story itself. It's really simple and cute, but it works really well. In this one we have Greta, who is training to be a blacksmith, that's gonna encounter one day with Minette, discover tea dragons, and start really getting interested into them, and becoming part of the tea dragon society, and finally having her own dragon to take care of. So that was really interesting for us too as a reader, to introduce us to this world. Then in the Tea Dragon Festival we dive back in time in a little village in the mountain where there was supposed to be a protective dragon, but he fell asleep and woke up like 70 years later, so everybody forgot about him, and they discovered that he fell asleep like that because of some magical creator. So we follow him trying to reconnect and accept that he lost so many years of his life, and we also follow Rin, who is this this person all of the village rely on to find like specific foods and everything in the forest. So there are a lot of scenes in the forest, which is really beautiful, and we kind of follow the beginning of their relationship. That was also really nice and sweet. It's really I feel like I'm reading the same words, but that's really how I see this series. Like it's soft, and it's like a hug to read these books. It just makes you feel more at peace and happier. And in the third book we're back with Greta and Minette from the first book, but it's more about Minette trying to accept how much she changed and to make peace with her past, but still in a subtle and gentle way, and with the tea dragon being part of the story. And in the end, in all of the books, it's really about the relationships between the people and the tea dragons, but also between each other, and it's really beautiful to see them evolve and grow. And yeah, I'm a big fan. And the last reason why you should read this series is because it has so much opportunity to grow, because there are so many interesting characters we discover. It's really easy to want to follow them in a specific book. Like for example, Eric and Ezekiel that we see in the Tea Dragon, they also appear in the Tea Dragon Festival. And I think Rin and I forgot his name. The dragon, Aiden. They appear in the Tea Dragon Tapestry, so the upcoming one. So it's really easy to, with the characters, to discover more and more and more of the universe while changing a bit who you are following. It's like they're all interconnected, so it really opens up opportunities in terms of stories, and I really hope we're gonna have more in this series. So that's it for my 5 reasons to try the Tea Dragon Society. Honestly, I can't recommend these books enough. If you've read them already, I would love to hear your opinion about it, and otherwise I would love to know if I made you curious to discover them. Don't hesitate to leave a comment and let me know what you thought about it, and I'll see you soon in another video.